Welcome to the Healthy, Wealthy, and Smart podcast. Each week, we interview the best and brightest in physical therapy, wellness, and entrepreneurship. We give you cutting-edge information you need to live your best life, healthy, wealthy, and smart. The information in this podcast is for entertainment purposes only and should not be used as personalized medical advice. And now, here's your host, Dr. Karen Litzy.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the podcast. I am your host, Karen Litzy, and today's episode is brought to you by Net Health. So if you are interested in a free opportunity to check in with the latest thoughts of other rehab leaders, we've got you covered. There's a new online rehab therapy community designed for the intersection of the clinical and business ideas of rehab, and it's called the Rehab Therapy Operational Best Practices Forum. It's all about habits and initiatives that juice up your attendance, revenue, workflows, documentation, compliance, efficiency, and engagement, while allowing your provider team to keep their eye on the prize, their patients and outcomes. I personally believe that a better connected rehab therapy profession has the power to help more people. So jump in, subscribe, and join the conversations today. You can find the Rehab Therapy Operational Best Practices Forum at nethealth.com/healthy. So thank you to Net Health for being an awesome sponsor and offering this free resource. All right, on to today's episode. So Dr. Jenna Kantor is back, and in this episode, she interviews Dr. Jasmine Williams. Jasmine Williams is a Doctorate of Physical Therapy student who has a desire for inspiring people and pre-DPT students. She enjoys playing volleyball, roller skating, biking, listening to music, and spending time with the people she loves. In this episode, they discuss the benefits of giving to others, easy ways you can begin giving to others daily, and Jasmine's most rewarding experience helping an individual, and much more. So a big thanks to Jenna and Jasmine for another great episode.
Hello, this is Jenna Kantor with Healthy, Wealthy, and Smart. And today I get to interview Jasmine Williams, a very powerful student, that's right, I said student physical therapist, who is here to talk with me about the act of giving. Yes, this is a great topic. So first of all, what are the benefits that you get from giving to others?
So the benefits of giving to others is that you kind of get to see the product of you giving, whether it's something small like advice or anything big, as far as time, which is a big thing.
Yep.
You get to see the product of kind of what you put into that person or individual, as far as being able to kind of see how they progress from where they started to where they end up. So, and that's where I like to, as far as the aspect of giving, being able to see that transformation from what people start from the beginning to the end of their journey, or whatever part of the journey they're in. So I think that's a huge part of it, just seeing the whole big picture of everything that you're putting into as an individual. So, yeah.
So if people aren't giving regularly, what are they missing out on?
They're missing out on basically blessing others with whatever gift or advice or content that they could share to somebody. And that in itself is like a big disadvantage to the people that you are giving or that you could be giving to. So I think that's definitely something that is needs to be broadcasted more. Like if you don't regularly give, you could be having other people missing out on whatever goodness that you could be giving to that person. It's like, for example, I do a lot of stuff with like pre-PTs. If I didn't give them information and advice and like just little small tips that could help them with their application or the essay, they could, potentially lose getting into a spot at a school that they really, really want to get into. And that is the outcome and the goal that we're trying to work towards. So just a little bit piece of advice or guidance can make a big difference in the outcome of that individual that you're trying to help or give to. So
it sounds so rewarding.
Yes, it's definitely.
Do you ever get to a point where you feel like you have given more than you received? And what I mean by that, so let me explain, because that can sometimes happen, but where it's just making you feel like your cup runneth over, like you've given too much, you're going, I need to get something back. Do you ever get to that point?
I don't really. There's been times where I feel like, yes, a lot of time has been put into play as far as giving. But you know what? It's at the end of the day, if you're giving yourself to people that you're investing into, then and you know that they're investing into their self, then there shouldn't be no question about the amount of time that you're putting into this person or the amount of advice and effort that you're putting into an individual. So that's kind of how I look at it. If they're investing in themselves and they're doing what they need to do to get to point A to point B, then why not put into the work and the investing into that person and benefiting and giving them what they need to succeed. So.
I mean, you clearly love the experience that they're experiencing. It's almost sounds like it's like your own.
Right.
When they succeed.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like it's yourself in a different body. So, yeah.
And on that note, we're going to take a quick break to hear from our sponsor, Net Health. Are you interested in a free opportunity to check in with the latest thoughts of other rehab leaders? Well, I've got one for you. There's a new online rehab therapy community designed for the intersection of the clinical and business sides of rehab. It's the Rehab Therapy Operational Best Practices Forum. Catchy name, right? It's all about habits and initiatives that juice up your attendance, revenue, workflows, documentation, compliance, efficiency, and engagement, while allowing your provider teams to keep their eye on the prize, their patients and outcomes. I personally believe that a better connected rehab therapy profession has the power to help more people. Jump in, subscribe, and join the conversation today. You can find the Rehab Therapy Operational Best Practices Forum at www.nethealth.com/healthy.
What are some recommendations on easy ways to give to others on a regular basis?
So one of the recommendations that I can give is just little small things like messaging somebody, especially if you've seen, let's say if it's on Facebook or something like that, and you see they had a question about X, Y, and Z, and you know a lot of information about X, Y, and Z. You can answer their question, but then also follow up with, maybe blogs or videos on X, Y, and Z that they could, that can help them understand the process or the product or whatever it happens to be better. So I think things like that is definitely small things that you can do on a regular basis that would help people exponentially.
Well, yeah, because you're taking one person, this one person who needs help with XYZ, and that's what they identify with. When you reshare that information, you could be helping out other people who identify with that person.
Exactly.
And so it becomes this bigger act of giving and the reward that you get to feel from that.
Exactly. It's a bigger picture. So many more people are getting the things that they need and answers that they need for whatever they're looking for. When you just, it helped with just one person, just the act of just one person, that is how it can amplify with just one simple act of giving. So, yeah.
You're amazing. I love that this whole conversation is about giving, and we have really, only by me instigating it, we've talked about you, but it really has been all about coming outside of yourself.
Yes.
You are a magical unicorn.
Thank you.
Okay, last question. Would you mind telling a story of the most rewarding experience you've had with giving that comes to mind? I know you probably have a lot, but I would love to hear one of them.
Yeah, so I can give you the most recent one.
There's
a lot of
them. Let's do the recent one.
So the most recent one was I had a student that had a few questions about, I had created a Facebook group for pre-PTs that are doing early admission or early decision. And one student had a question about the process. And I told him the spill of how it kind of works. And I told him, look, you're going to be fine. If I've been through it, then you're going to be through it. I'm working while I'm in PT school. I'm doing an internship with a group of people that are doing awesome things while in PT school, and I'm helping you guys while in PT school. So just that in itself right there, that gave him the confidence to message me back and be like, oh my goodness, I can't wait. This is awesome. I just want to be like you. And he was saying that, and I was like, oh my goodness, well, thanks.
I love that. That's incredible.
Yeah.
And that was recently, what, 2 days ago?
That literally was like last week.
Are you kidding? That's
Yes.
amazing.
Yes, and I was like, you are so welcome, and don't hesitate to just reach out. If
You're like, you just want to give more. You're
Yeah.
like, please give me more opportunities to give. That would be great, okay?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
Yeah.
Well, Jasmine, thank you so much for coming on here. I love that you're a
Thank
student
you.
and your focus on giving, and you're going through being a physical therapy student is hard. It is hard. And you're just
Amen.
looking to give to other people. You are a blessing in this world. So thank you for coming on and sharing your insights.
Thank you guys for having me on here. It was a pleasure.
So again, a big thanks to Jenna and Jasmine for a great interview on the act of giving. And of course, thank you to Net Health for sponsoring today's episode. So again, they have a brand new rehab online forum, and it's free. It's called the Rehab Therapy Operational Best Practices Forum. What you'll see are stats on the community members already involved, plus some new polls just launched that we'd love for you to weigh in on. What can you expect that will benefit you? Write-ups, white papers from leading-edge performers, polls, surveys, benchmarking calculators, videos, podcasts, and more, all in this free online community. So if you want to join, head on over to nethealth.com/healthy.
Thank you for listening, and please subscribe to the podcast at podcast.healthywealthysmart.com. And don't forget to follow us on social media.